like I said, this is what we are going to be treating this morning. Somebody sent this question asking what it means to say that a sentence is syntactically correct but semantically wrong. Okay, this question is from an undergraduate who I believe is reading English language. Okay, now, this is what you have to understand before we talk about this. In English language, you know we have the letters, right? I mean, the letters of the alphabet, where you talk about your A, B, C, and the rest of them. After the letters, you have something known as morpheme. That is the place where you see things like on, this, and the rest of them. This is where you talk about your prefixes and your suffixes. There are some units of the language that you attach to words. This is what we refer to as morpheme. When they stand alone, they are meaningless. But the moment you attach them to words, they have impact on the meanings that words have. Let us say that time when you have something like able, the word able, it has a meaning. But the moment you add this to it, D-I-S, it becomes disable. It has affected the meaning of this. So this is what we refer to as morpheme. Now, after the morpheme, you have the words. Words where you have such words like come, go, I, and the rest of them. Every single word that you know in the English language is there. Now, after the word, you have the phrase. You know what the phrase is? You have the clause, and then you have the sentence. But it does not end here. Now, after all this, you then have something known as syntax. When you talk about this syntax, that is, it comes after the sentence. Now, a sentence, like as defined, is a group of words with a subject and a predicate. It conveys complete meaning and ends with a full stop. That is about the sentence. When you talk about syntax, the syntax talks about the rules governing a sentence. Now, when you say that a sentence is a group of words with a subject and a predicate, it should have meaning and end with a full stop. There are rules governing it. These are the things that are expected to be present in a group of words before you refer to it as a sentence. Now, this is what syntax looks at. Syntax asks you if those things that are expected to be in a sentence, if they are present. Now, that is about syntax. Syntax talks about the rules governing the construction of a sentence. That sentence, does it have a verb? Now, that sentence, is it well structured? You talk about the concord. The subject and the verb in that sentence, do they agree? Now, the tense that it is supposed to be in, is that how it appears? This sentence, is it well structured? Does it appear the way it should be? This is what syntax asks you about. After the syntax, you then have what is called semantic. Semantic, this talks about the meaning. Syntax talks about the arrangement, the rules governing the way the sentence is arranged. Semantic talks about the meaning that the sentence conveys. You have to understand this before we then talk about a sentence being syntactically correct. This is what they are looking at. And then semantically wrong. Yes, it is possible. Okay, now, let us take it this way. Let's say you have that situation where you have something like, you go to school. Let's say you have something like this. He goes to school every day. This is not correct. It is not correct syntactically. Why? Because this sentence is not well structured. He is supposed to attract a singular verb. So what you are expected to have here should be goes. He goes to school. Now, this sentence becomes syntactically correct here. It is now well structured. Okay, another example is this. That is to talk about this. You can imagine that situation where you have something like, okay, the chair. The chair eats. Imagine this. The chair eats water. The chair eats water. This sentence you are looking at, this is a sentence, of course. It is a group of words. It has a subject. This is the subject. It has a verb. It has an object. And it ends with a full stop. Now, when you say that this sentence is syntactically correct, what it means is that it obeys everything. It has a subject. It has a verb. The verb agrees with the subject that is in the area of concord. So it is patterned very well. The structure of the sentence is correct. But when you come to semantics, that is, remember, the semantics talks about the meaning that the sentence conveys. When you take a look at this, what does it mean? The chair eats water. This sentence is meaningless. But it is well patterned. It is well structured. In the sense that it appears the way a sentence should be. Syntactically correct. Remember, syntax talks about the rule governing the structuring of a sentence. Now, this sentence is syntactically correct. But when you talk about meaning, what you have here is meaningless. Chair cannot eat. And again, apart from that, you don't eat water, you drink water. So, taking a look at this sentence is arranged properly, but it has no meaning. In terms of semantics, this is where it becomes wrong. So when you say that a sentence is syntactically correct, what it means is that it obeys the rules governing the way a sentence is expected to be structured. But then, in the area of semantics, that is meaning, the meaning that the sentence conveys, it becomes wrong. And remember, when you talk about meaning, the meaning can be implicit or explicit. We're going to talk about this maybe in the next video. But you can just check what it means to say that something is explicit, a meaning, and what it means to say that it is implicit. There are situations where you say something and it is open. The way you said it, it is clear to everybody that this is what you're trying to say. There is a way you say it, it is not everybody that will understand what you're trying to say. You say it in another way. This is that situation where you hear somebody saying that this thing was said indirectly. This thing was implied. The person didn't go straight to the point. The person didn't say it exactly the way it should be. But you have to understand that this is what this person means. So when you talk about semantics, you have it in the area of implicit and explicit. But here, it's not semantically correct. So I believe this answers your question. If it doesn't, just feel free to go to the comment section and drop the part of it that still confuses you. You're always welcome to come into my inbox to ask questions like I always tell you. This is where we'll be stopping today. Thank you so much.